Bindusar had a lot of time to strategize acquiring Kalinga, and it took a lot of time for Asoka even to dare to attack Kalinga. So once he settled down with everything, he attacked Kalinga. And if you will see Kalinga's history, so we will say Kalinga rather than Kalinga because that is the correct pronunciation according to Odisha. So Kalinga, what happened really is so why it took, because it was just a neighboring country, right? And if you see for a long period of time, a lot of time, Kalinga was very independent, even though there is a good part of Kalinga which was well defended, right? And there were parts of Kalinga which was part of other dynasties some of the times here and there. But moreover, the Kalinga, the main belt of where the Rajas and these people were there, that was well defended. And why is exactly that? Because this place is wide open, right? So it is not a hilly mountainous area where you are fighting something. It is not that hilly. It is just before. So we have Ghats, Purva Ghats, but Eastern Ghat. But the thing is that this portion is not actually a part of Eastern Ghat. So there are certain parts which were way too difficult to attack. That were part of Kalinga. But also at the same time, the Mahanadi and this portion also, it was very difficult for them to attack. Or why? Why is that? So that took me, because in south if you go, they could not go beyond certain point, because those were most difficult terrains, and they were defending that. So the defense for that Tamil land and this land is very so they have a very big natural advantage to defend, and that area which you have to cross to attack to them. I have seen all those things. They are very strategic, so you can place very strategic mountain durgas and all. But so that was a very challenging thing. But if you think about so you could do guerrilla wars, you could do a lot of those kind of wars. But why exactly Odisha? And even though it was well defended, also at the same time, even though it was conquered, it got independent quite quickly, right? So it didn't stay for a long time under one rule, except for after the Asoka's reign. It took a longer time. So except for that, you don't see that kind of thing until and unless it's completely the Raj of British Raj. Okay, so even Mughal, it was very late. It was acquired. Also for Marathas, also they acquired it somehow, and Mughals could not defend it. So that is the kind of a thing. But at the same time, they also tried kind of a some things they did, and they stayed quite independent, even though not completely independent. So why such a thing? So I often wondered, why is such a thing that happened, and how could they do that? Okay. And recently I heard the whole detailed about. I didn't hear the complete details about all these places where our girls' forts were there. So the fort of this Kalinga fort, and there is a fort nearby, which is called Sisupal fort, so Sisupal Garh, and so it is it is the oldest, right? So it is the oldest, well protected, continuously habituated fort in all of India. Okay, and it is continuous inhabitants. So it was a very big place. Still, people are not actually, there are a lot of construction, and these people are not protecting that. But the thing is that that is a no. So people, the historians have not seen forts which were where the walls were that tall, and it houses those kind of places inside it. So it was they built those things, and we don't remember, we don't see, we don't recall those things. And we always used to see in the Madala Panji, in other things, even in the like 13th century, 12th century, 11th century, up to like 14th, 15th century. So we are seeing the kings who have conquered a lot of different things, well protected a lot of different things, for such a country where everywhere there is an enemy. So, and we don't hear about it, right? So the thing is that you have to think about it. Either they were like fierce fighters, but also at the same time of the fierce fighters, so you have to be really good at certain technologies, right? Certain technologies, certain advantages, certain stuffs that will actually benefit you, right? And we had, so it is some guy told that it was a very comparatively poorer state, some guy in South. So he told me, it was comparatively poorer state. Nobody wanted to actually invade. So guys, please come to Bhubaneswar. In Bhubaneswar itself, you will see how many temples were constructed. So old temples, and Jagannath temple, and Konark temple. You see the grandeur of those temples, right? So it is there are very few other temples which are there all over India, which were of that grandeur, right? So there were temples. I am not denying that fact, but the thing is that the number of temples, because that says something very clearly. That says something that the people here were much richer, right? And we had trade. I am not talking about that, but just thinking about this, what is present. So you can see that those were defended, those were there, okay, and the rest of the stuffs were destroyed somehow, okay. So you have to understand that those were destroyed for some reason. We have to think about it. We have to unearth, and we have to understand why it was. And there were biharas, there were a lot of colleges, there were a lot of universities. So you see all those Buddhist universities as well. There were older universities as well. There are certain continuous tradition, Veda Vidyalayas, and those things for a very long time in this part of Odisha. So, and also if you go to the south, a good part of Andhra Pradesh was also in Kalinga. So the thing is that Kalinga, Andhra Pradesh may not be in the Telangana, but Andhra Pradesh. So the thing is that right. So a lot of those parts, if you will go there, the trades are really good, really good, and you have a lot of ports, you have a lot of these things. Then there is a part of Odisha you have to wonder, you have to see a lot of places. If you will go, a lot of places wherever there are puras, okay, you have to understand puras were on Kalinga inventions. Okay, so this is how people of Kalinga used to talk about, because there, if you see, and nowhere else the like the uh, like Katak, what we tell, that is Rajdhanis, okay, so like capitals. So nowhere it was tell, it was like the bigger cities and all these places, nowhere they are Puras, okay. So but if you see Puras, so Dantapura, and there are a lot of different Pura, even Puri, if you see. So all those different Puras were in Odisha, okay. And if you go to Sri Lanka, you go to Sri Lanka, you go to no, the Java, Sumatra, Borneo, which is currently Indonesia and those parts, you will see. So there are right. So that you have to think about. It is not, no, it is not something different. So there are no, connections that are coming. I will talk in different videos. No, what are the connections in exact sequences? But you have to understand. So this was there, and there was a Kalinga settlement, complete settlement before Cholas, right? So they Rajendra Chola, they attacked a lot of stuff. They acquired in Kalinga, and then I have that theory. You cannot deny that after this mighty Kalingan naval, so they could actually conquer a lot of different parts. They had a very good naval. So we had a fight actually. So people don't understand. We had a really significant fight. There were 3 good centers where the fights were there. So one was Kalinga, one was the Tamil Mitra Sangha, which is basically the Pandya Cholas. Okay, so I will not talk about the other parts, but Pandya Cholas was very strong, and they had a tie somehow. And the thing is that so if you will see, like the southern belts, like current day Tamil Nadu and current day Kerala, right, and some part of Karnataka and some part of the Andhra. So that part was very, very strong. And then you will see, come back to Gujarat and Kutch, that region, to Lahore. So you see that, so there will be 3-4 hubs, and then you go to your Burma and those side. So there are these few hubs which were very, very, very active, and they had a very good fights between them as well. Okay, and the thing is that the eastern part up to China, because China was trying hugely heavily via this Indonesia and all. Okay, so the thing is that we were not directly going. A lot of people, Tamil people went there, and also Odia people also went there. But the thing is that there is a Tamil settlement over there. They went much later. But the thing is that what Kalinga was doing, basically you have to see the oldest settlement outside India by Indian people is Kalinga people staying in Java and those parts. So if you go today to even certain parts, I will exactly tell which places are there. So you will see the clink. Okay, so clinks are considered, so they are considered from this part, and they were not considered good somehow. So I have to delve much deeper into what is the issue. But the thing is that and this was the thing. And if you see in Sri Lanka, so if you see the Sri Lankan flag, it is all Singha. So Singhas is mostly the Andhra side belt, which was a part of Kalinga that time, and Visakhapatnam was very big thing, Paradip, Puri, and all these parts. So Subarnarekha, Baleshwar, up to Baleshwar and those parts. So those were very strong trade points, and that's how Cuttack became a very rich city in the terms of silver jewelries and those things. That silver we used to import from China via these medias, and then we used to design this here, and that's how this trade flourished, and then we send it out there. And if you see all the elephants, a lot of elephants Odisha was exporting. That time Odisha was exporting more elephants than Odisha and Madhya Pradesh area, right? So they were exporting more elephants than anywhere in the world, right? So everywhere if you see, so there were Indian elephants fighting the wars even in Karbalas and those in Muslim world, the eastern what is that called, Middle East part, and also towards close to Europe as well, right? And in the eastern, Thailand, you go to any places, so most elephants migrated from here. And Odia people had to build big ships, and there were climatic conditions which were really bad for Odisha. A lot of cyclones, if you are also seeing these days also, a lot of cyclones happen, right? And they had to build ships which can withstand those things. They had to build a lot of strategies which can actually make them superior in that fight, because Tamils had that advantage of the sea routes. Okay, so that were directly going from that stream, and they could do more trades with the eastern these countries rather than Odisha actually. So Odisha made a very good relationship with Sri Lanka and those parts, even if a lot of Tamilian king also had been set up their stuffs there, and that's how the Tamilian and Sinhalese fight also occurred, because they wanted to have that proper sea route, and they could actually gain a lot of the toll taxes and all those things, right? So that was Jaffna region and all those things, right? So that is that were the key points which Odisha wanted to secure. Kalinga built large ships, and there were a shipbuilding factory here in Golobai, very close to Puri and Khurda and all. So how they were creating that, how those structures were there, all those people from outside were talking about it. We are not talking about it. We don't know about it, right? We just think that is the different world or something like that. So it was pretty much a part of India, and it was a very glorious part of all of India for us. Is that even though we had fights, we had our own fights, but the thing is that eventually we have developed some certain stuffs that we all should be proud of. And lastly, I was telling the settlement, and it was a settlement of 20,000, 40,000 people, right? So you have to understand, it's kind of colonizing another world, right? The kind of first, second colonization of the world. So you have to see that thing, because why those things happened. I will talk in details later. So today I am just talking because I have 1 more minute to talk about it. So today I will just talk about, right? So why they sent all these people to that? I had written about it a lot. Is that because they wanted to fight, and they wanted a year-long trade, and it was very difficult for Odisha to do year-long trade by going via that complete circle, because these seas were very tough for them, right? So there were a lot of cyclones, lot of different things. So it would take a lot longer time to go there. So what they instead did is that the same thing China is doing, same thing US is doing, same thing other